Your favorite cockroaches of the sea, so your lobster, your crab, your shrimp. Second part, maybe part 2 to my lion's mane cultivation. I'm going to be sterilizing, so autoclaving twice the grain, because that's what I'm going to grit on. I need a beaker to weigh out the grain in, so I'm going to grab this one. It's 1 ml, 1,000, but I'm going to weigh out 500. So I need 500 grams. Ooh, dang, this weighs a lot. So I'll tear it, and the grain is in this big thing. Ooh, your static electricity. It's so pretty. Can you see the purple? Maybe not. Ooh. Try to get it to 0, but if I can't, I try to get it to a number that's below 5, so there's no rounding up. But this is what it looks like. It is very pretty. This is what it's in. It's pearl millet. So put the grain into these bags. Specialized bags, because they have this, so when I'm going to dry it, once it's been sterilized and I'm going to dry it and I've inoculated, I'll take this filter off, which will allow air, because some of the microbes, they are aerobic or facultative aerobic, which means that they need air to grow. Some don't, but I'm not yet there. What is this? 500 grams. And I did 500 grams because I did 500 ml of soup or broth. Usually I would do this in duplicates. It was a proper experiment. I would do it in duplicates just in case there's contamination, but I'm just going to do one. I get as much air out of it, and I will twist the top, tape it, then autoclave it. Same principle, you want as much air out of it, not too tight, so when it's autoclaving it doesn't expand. Just my initials and the date. Oh, these bags, they're autoclave safe, so they won't melt. The same process like last time. I put it in an autoclave bin. Come to the autoclave because I'm doing solid. I need a solid cycle. And I'll check to see if it has grown. So I want you to remember what this looks like. You see, it's pretty clean, right? You can see through it, it's not turbid. So one way to know if you have growth in your liquid medium or your broth culture is it gets turbid as things are growing in it. So to go check on my sample that I had incubating on the shaker. Pick it up, that's why that one has like bubbles on top, but they kind of look the same. I don't know. I'm going to put it on a different shaker and see. Hopefully on this one it will grow, but I need to turn it down. It's going too fast. Don't want my butter falling out. This plate that I had incubated, that subculture, there's growth happening. This is the first sterilization of the grain, and then I'm going to put another piece of autoclave tape and sterilize again. Second sterilization is done. Sample some, put it on a slide, look at it under the microscope to see what the spores or the cells look like. So these are mycelia, and these are the structures the fungus uses to grow. Use it to grow, to explore new areas for colonization, and they can use them to infect too. So this is a good sign. And I'm going to stain it with lactophenol blue. It's a dye that stains chitin in the fungal cell wall blue. It will provide contrast. So that's one way to identify or distinguish bacteria from fungus. Fungus have chitin in their cell wall. Bacterium, they have peptidoglycan. And your favorite cockroaches of the sea, so your lobster, your crab, your shrimp, they also have chitin in their cell wall, their exoskeleton. Just want to wipe down the microscope with 70% ethanol, not on the lenses or anything, just like on the outside. And I'm going to use lens paper to clean the lenses. You can use them for your telescope and your camera too. This is what it looks like. Oh, yes, that's better. This is the lens, the objective. So I just do that. This is where I took it from. Then I'll put it back, and I'll take this one out to clean as well, and then I'll put it back. And then this is the stage, and I have a ×4 ×100, that's the highest, and use that with oil, ×10 ×20 ×40 magnification. And then these are another ×10. There's a whole math you have to do. And then we use this to move the stage, and then you put your slide here, and this is a power light source, and these are your fine and coarse focus. So I just took samples from the agar and from the broth, and then I put lactophenol blue. I might have to use a different stain if I don't see anything. Might have to use something like iodine,
but we shall see. And then I'm going to look to see what the cells look like, if there are cells I can see. Seen much of anything in the broth. I'm wondering if the fungicide in it has killed it. Likely, but I got that recipe for making up the broth from a good source, so I'll maybe remake it and see what happens. We definitely have growth on the agar. So see those white hair-like mycelium that we saw on the plate? That's those hair-like flecks that you're seeing in the field of view, stained blue. So it is growing on the agar. So I'll just change the broth constituents and see what happens. Look at the hyphae, so pretty. Oh.
So to view things at times 100, you have to use immersion oil. So I'm just going to put a drop on the slide. In the middle. And do that.
And this is what they look like at a higher magnification. It's blurry, but I'm using my phone. Didn't see any cells in the broth or the soup for the first one that I made up. When I look at it under the microscope, and I only saw it on agar, and the agar was made of different reagents. I am going to make up new broth, and then I'm going to use the same ingredients as the agar plate and see if it grows in it. 600 ml of water. So I'm going to need 2.4. So I'm going to start with 2.4 grams of sucrose. Oh wow, that was a lot. Totally forgot that 2.4 is a small quantity. Alright, I need a toops more. That toops was too much. It's hard to gauge. Perfect. Then I'm going to just tap it into the bottle. Right? It's empty. Give a stir to dissolve it. I like the vortex created. Okay, it is zeroed. I am going to then add the malt extract. The same 2.4 grams. This is what it looks like. Wait, like Horlicks, or what is that thing? Ovaltine. It's yellowish. All right. Ooh, perfect. See? Same thing. at the bottom of the gray boat to get it out. There's still residue at the end. I just rinse it. Stir it again. And then last up is yeast extract. Same 2.4 grams. Ooh, the yeast extract has a pungent smell. But it does not smell like the yeast that you used to bake with. And not really like nutritional yeast. So it's the same 2.4. It's yellow as well. And it's a finer powder, so it requires more of the powder to get it to the 2.4, whereas the others it was heavier or coarser, so it required less. We're pretty much at the bottom. It's almost done. Whoops. It's okay. And I just choop. Tap it into it. Then I'm just going to pour back some into my whey boat because there's residue in it. Swirl it around to get as much out as possible. Swirl. I'll apply autoclave tape and then put it in the autoclave. So this autoclave tape has green lines, and this will also change to black, providing that the autoclave is working. 02, 08, 23, and yeast, malt, sucrose, broth. My initial date, what's in it? Yeast, malt, sucrose, broth. Oh. In grad school, because we were poor, my advice, I would say we're wasting the autoclave tape because it was such a big piece. And then I put it from the top to the bottom, and we're good to go. I'll sterilize, autoclave it on a liquid, maybe 20 cycle. So yeah, so hopefully on another day when I come to inoculate this, we will have growth in this, and then we can finally move on to inoculation in the grain stage. This is what it looks like. Wait, like Horlicks, or what is that thing? Ovaltine. It's yellowish. All right. Ooh. Perfect. the bottom of the whey boat to get it out. There's still residue at the end. I'll just rinse it. Stir it again. And then last up is yeast extract. Same 2.4 grams. Ooh, the yeast extract has a pungent smell. But it does not smell like the yeast that you used to bake with. And not really like nutritional yeast. So it's the same 2.4. It's yellow as well. And it's a finer powder, so it requires more of the powder to get to the 2.4, whereas the others, it was heavier or coarser, so it required less. We're pretty much at the bottom. It's almost done. Whoops. It's okay. And I just choop, choop. Tap it into it. Then I'm just going to pour back some into my whey boat because there's residue in it. Swirl it around to get as much out as possible. Swirl, swirl, swirl. I'll apply autoclave tape and then put it in the autoclave. So this autoclave tape has green lines, and this will also change to black, providing that the autoclave is working. 02, 08, 23, and yeast, malt, sucrose, broth. My initial date, what's in it? Yeast, malt, sucrose, broth. Oh. In grad school, because we were poor, my advice, I would say we're wasting the autoclave tape because it was such a big piece. And then I put it from the top to the bottom, and we're good to go. I'll sterilize, autoclave it on a liquid, maybe 20 cycle. So yeah, so hopefully on another day when I come to inoculate this, we will have growth in this, and then we can finally move on to inoculation in the grain stage.